G'day everyone, it's T-Nick back here again in Transport Fever on our American free game map. We are currently following one of our new trains that we, well, not so much built but extended in the last part, on our new line up to Gainesville. You can see he's coming up to the end of one of the passing loops here and approaching. I can't remember if we fixed this level crossing or not. Does it look attractive? It looks alright. There's not a huge bump in the track there. We do have this weird sort of embankment we built here to ease the grade up to the tunnel. But yeah, so in the last part, we extended our main line up here to Gainesville, and we also set up a sort of a little inter-town route and our nice little convenient stone to bricks to town trucking route there, which, look, while it probably won't pay dividends in the short term, it's just going to be a good steady earner in the long term. I mean, so he made $1,500 last year. Can't argue with that. That is solid return. Sure, why not? What are we going to do today? Let's see. It has been a little while since I played Transport Fever, so, oh, good God, we got a lot of cows down here. We should probably expand that with another train. How many trains have we got running on this route? Yeah, what are you? Cattle food. Oh, we got 3 trains. Okay, well, I'm sort of wary about cramming too many trains on the route because obviously as technology increases, we'll get bigger locos that can haul heavier loads. And yeah, if we cram too many trains on in the short term, when we upgrade them all, we'll end up with a bit of a traffic jam. Oh, here comes another passenger train into Orange. He's got 10 passengers on board, and it looks like he's going to pick up 54. What's your capacity? 56. Well, let's just hope 8 of those 10 people want to get off the train. Otherwise, we're leaving people behind. But first things first, I'm going to extend our passenger network down to Columbia, because the more passenger destinations we have, the more passengers will want to travel on our network, which will bring the towns up. I don't know who's honking their horn. I can hear a train, but I can't see a train. Oh, it's this chap here. We forgot to close the window. That's my bad. My bad. So look, if we can expand a junction at Tucson, run a line up to Columbia, we'll have people coming from Columbia down to Tucson, changing for Gainesville, etc., etc. Now, we did have a bit of trouble getting a junction in because of this corner here, so I'm thinking we're just going to throw down another couple of platforms, and that will have the advantage of expanding our station building a little bit, hopefully getting rid of this ghastly gap there. They say mind the gap between the train and the platform, but I'm more concerned between the gap between the booking hall and the platform itself. So if we upgrade, outdated, please use new station. That's right, they updated the curved station mod, I think it's called, flexible station mod. So I'm just going to have to demolish this station and rebuild it. So bear with me. This could go horribly wrong, you realize. Let's just remember what sort of station we've got here. So it's 2 tracks, 240 meters, and it's got a sort of a 2 curve at either end. And good God, there's a lot of options. And apparently we can have an underground track now. That's definitely new. So hopefully we can rebuild Tucson Station. If not, we're going to have to rejig the yard a bit too. So let's have a look. Flexible station. So we want to have 2 tracks. Well, actually we want to go up to 4 because, well, expansion plans. So we can shoehorn one in, sort of. We'll have to make the street shorter. 10. There we go. That's going to fit, hopefully without demolishing any houses. Yep, now it was 240 meters, so let's just bring that back up again there, please. And yeah, we're going to have to demolish a bit of track, I think. Just back it off a bit. Let's have a look. We'll back off this corner as well. And we'll just rebuild the whole thing. Why not? Just rebuild it from scratch. We can build a far fancier station here. Let's get a better road coming in, shall we? Urban old, urban new. What's urban new look like? Oh, that's a bit modern. No, we want urban old. Street size M? It doesn't seem to make much difference, but sure. What are our other underground tracks? That I don't know what that does, so we'll just leave that alone. We don't want that. That's confusing and scary. Do we want to put a curve in? I think we can go with a straight station. It's probably going to be easy to connect up. Well, a straight station at this end anyway. This end will still need a curve. So is that... Nope, that's completely the wrong way. Let's try that way. Nope, it's not good either. Is that better? That's sort of better. Let's put a bit more of a kink in it. That's too much. Okay. Let's put it like that and then try changing the curvature number. We're looking at curve direction A. What if we put it to 1? Is that... there we go. That's going to line up. That's good. That's good. We've got this. We've got this. Because we pause time, everyone is going to get really confused. But I think it's going to work out. So we'll just reconnect the track up there. And now we just need to reconnect this this corner up here, hopefully without demolishing too many houses. And there's a bit of a kink in it now. I don't much care for the kink. Nothing wrong with being kinky, but I don't want my track being kinky. It can do that on its own time. So we did have to knock down someone's house. Very sorry about that. And by very sorry, I mean I noted it happened. I'm not promising it won't happen again. It's, you know, you're just going to have to live with it. So we'll chuck down another couple of signals just to protect our platform there. I zoomed out way more than I needed to. That's definitely my bad. It's a rookie mistake. But we've got our extra platforms now. So obviously we're going to want to connect that up before this this field here. So it should be a fairly simple matter of dragging our tracks in. How far can we go? There we go. That's 70k points. That's all right. Although it does get down to about 60 here because of the curve. What are we complaining about here? Southern Line reports problems. Could not connect all stations. Well, that's because you're going through the wrong bloody platform, you dingus. What do we want? We want to go through Terminal 2, please. Did that fix it? That fixed it? Yep. I am a pro at this game. Probably. Let's just say I am and massage the old ego there a bit. Fragile though it may be. So we need to make you a one-way signal and you a one-way signal, please. You should already be a one-way signal. You are good. I don't like where you're positioned. Oh no, you're going the other way. Sorry. Thought it was going this way. Been playing too much Transport Tycoon with its drive on left shenanigans. So with the station expanded, we've still got about 500,000 in the bank. So I don't know if that'll get us enough for the new line. Probably going to have to extend that loan there a bit. Now, how are we going to get down this hill? Because I remember last time we were faced with quite a steep descent. We'll probably have to put a bit of a cutting in here and come out about here. And then it should be a fairly straight shot down to Columbia. So let's just price that out a bit. Oh, it actually wants to put a tunnel in. I'm not even mad. Because if we stay above ground, it is going to be slightly cheaper, but we're going to have to gouge a big old chunk of landscape out. So if we drag it down a bit, get that tunnel going. I think that's going to be okay because we get around this little hump in the landscape here. Obviously, we're going to keep the tunnel single track for now because money. So we'll drag that down. Before it becomes too much of a cutting, we'll have a set of points there. Long term, we can look at why is it looking weird. And autosave's now doing things. Why has it built the land up over here just to flatten it down? We're going to fix that. That is hideous. And whoop. Oh, that's right, of course, because we had our former cutting there. Well, we can just make that disappear, can't we? There we go. There we go. Problem solved. It's like nothing was ever done. But I do like this sort of nice little cutting here with the sharp, the starkness as it goes into the tunnel. And then it bursts out the other side. But that's good. That just avoids the worst of the grades there. So we'll throw down a couple of signals, make you a one-wayer, and we'll put down another one going the other way. And we've already connected up this end, so I don't know what I'm doing back here again. It's definitely a thing that happens. Now, at the other end of the line, woo, come all the way down here. We're probably going to have to double-track this line too. But that's a bit more in the future. We're probably going to need a third platform down here to make sure that we've got access available to us. So, oh no, I need to rebuild this station too. Bear with me. We're probably going to have to rebuild all of our stations at some point because the mod has been updated. So 240 meters, and we're going to want to go with 3. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So pause the game, flatten the station, and just pray that everything will work out for us. So 3 tracks, please, and we don't want any curve in it. And 240 meters. Now this should snap. It's not going to. Why? Why hurt me? What did I ever do? So let's just smash apart this part of the yard. Why not? And see if we can glue that in. No, construction not possible. Is it because the street's too long? No, that's underground. Why do you hate me so much? Is it because we don't have enough money? Let's just borrow up a bit. How about that? Just keep saying construction not possible. If you could explain to me why construction is not possible, I will be okay with that. But don't just tell me you can't do it. Because, oh, we're going to have to, well, this is going to cost a lot. Oh. This is why you should never play with mods, children. Or fire. But mostly mods. Okay, so it's fine with building it now that I've demolished all of the road. And at great expense to me. Hopefully we can connect the road back up again. No, we cannot. So this town's going to have it in for me now. Let's just build the road down here. It occurs to me I should have put another street connection in. Let's hope we can add that back in again. Second street connection should be here somewhere. Please tell me it's still here. Here we go. Left. Nope. Right. Nope. Right. Nope. No. Okay, demolish it again. Joyce, this is not going well. This does not bode well for the future of our company at the rate we're going. So we want to put another street connection in there. Construction not possible. Seriously? Why? Why? Oh, now it's going to cost $1 million to demolish that. Okay. We're going to have to demolish the bus stop as well. I can't demolish that though. Okay, trying again. Now I'm out of money. Okay. Extend the loan again. Let's put that down. Okay, so now it's happy with that. Now we've got to put the bus stop down or our buses will get the proverbials. Construction not possible. Seriously? Seriously? Too much slope. This is happening. This is actually happening. This is probably the end of our company. Too much slope. Enough with the too much slope. Okay, what if we put it here? Will we be able to connect the road up? No, too much slope. Okay, what if we put it here? No, then it doesn't catch the station. Seriously, everything was fine until I got the bulldozer out. We're gonna have to remember this incident, the bulldozer incident. Now, what are we doing? We're going. Nope, I've closed the bus stop. Nope, I've closed the bus stop again. I keep opening the bulldozer up, which is what got us into this mess in the first place. Too much slope. Too much slope. Okay, it's gonna let me do that. I'm just gonna have to take the hit, I think. Now, why is there too much slope? Why is that so ugly? Could we not? Okay, I'm gonna demolish that again. I know, that's exactly what caused the problem in the first place. Now, put that down. There's just this ugly hump in the land there. I don't care for that. And no, I'm not demolishing the station again. That's not a thing we're gonna be doing. Again with the too much slope bullshit. Okay, what if we connect this road back up again and ran a road over here? Okay, bear with me. What if we then put the bus stop in here? Aha! Ha 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 ha. It's still ugly and there's still a hump there. But I built the bus stop. What are you complaining about? Oh, you're complaining again. I've broken it again. Oh, probably because the tracks aren't connected. You know, that I'll let you have that one. That was definitely my bad. Yes, okay, so connect that up again. So Southern Line is now happy, and they're both sharing a platform. Well, we can fix that. We'll fix you. We want to drag this down here just to ensure we have all our options open. In fact, we'll probably send that train into that platform now, I guess. Is that going to be viable? Because then the other trains can use these platforms here. I think that's going to go all right. I'm going to get rid of that as well. Okay, so now that we've blown pretty much our entire budget, we have now, quote unquote, fixed everything. So the Boston Eastern Suburbs line, that's the one we want to fiddle with. So when you come into Boston, if you could use platform 3, please. Good. Okay, that is now fixed. We've now fixed everything. I'm saying it, I'm committing it, we have fixed everything. Nothing can possibly go wrong. No, so far so good. Now let's see if it'll let me build another turnout. Oh, it will. Okay, I thought it was going to try and block me and do construction impossible. I'm not going to let you build that. Let me put some signals down. Thank you. Okay, I've had my tantrum. We can get on with our lives. Let's unpause so we can continue making money to, you know, make up for the financial black hole I just put us in. Do I want to double track the viaduct? I can't get down low enough. Ooh, there goes our oil train. Hello. How much is that going to cost? Calm down. Yeah, $250,000. kind of don't have the money at the moment. It's definitely a concern. So we might just sort of shoehorn a set of points in here. They don't have to be terribly fast points because, well, they're not going to be around for long. We'll just chuck a one-wayer in there like that, and chuck a home signal in there. Now, is that diverted? No, that line still wants to go both ways. Nothing wrong with going both ways. It's just not what we're looking for here. So, is that better? Yeah, there we go. Let's fix that. So we've also got the passing loop on the other side of the bridge, and I'm hoping we can sort of glue this passing loop up into the other one. Glue, is that really a railway construction term? It is, and we're going to run with it. So I need to connect you up. Connecting, hoping all is going well. See, 115 grand, I can double track this entire section as opposed to $250,000 to double track just a bridge. So we'll run with single track on the bridge for now, but everything else can be quite happily double tracked. So we don't need these points anymore or that signal, and we can make you a two-way signal just because, well, this doesn't need to be one way. So if we ever need to reposition trains or fiddle around with routes and we forget that signal's there, you know, we're not going to get caught in some sort of signal-based trap. It's like a Chinese finger trap, but with signals. So do we need these points at the end here? What do they let us do? No, I don't think we do. I think these points are completely pointless. Ha! Get it? Pointless? Because they're points and they're without purpose. Yeah, no? Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Just couldn't let me have my moment, could you? So, we've now connected up from Boston to Tucson with almost completely double track. We've put the junction in here and we now have a station. Maybe we can finally start building this new railway line I promised you at the start of the episode. Yeah. So, positioning a station. Where are we likely to want to go after Columbia? Look, we've got this nice little cutting here, so we can run a line up this way. So that's a thing. We could kink a line around Rockford, although it's probably easier to just go this way. We're probably... would we have a line from Columbia to San Bernardino? I know we'll probably have a line come around this way. Well, I guess it's fairly flat. We'll leave it open, but how are we going to build this station? Where's probably our next target? Our next target's probably going to be Rockford on this line, so we're going to just sort of swing up and take the easy path that way. The line around the corner to Austin or up to Plano, I thought that was Piano then. That's probably more of a long-term thing, just looking at this hill here. So probably put the station on the, what did we say? This was the southern? No, this is north. Boston is north of everything. That's right. So we'll call this the northern end of town, and I reckon we'll plonk a station down there, which will give us access to San Bernardino and Rockford, and then should we ever want to go north, I guess we'll just sort of swing around town that way. Now, let's look at where our houses are. We've got some good residential up this way, and it should be a fairly simple matter to connect a station up appropriately. So if we go with, no, I don't want to knock over that person's house. There's been enough destruction already. What if we just built like a big... No, that doesn't look very good. What if we sort of put this out like this, and then ran a bit of a circle around like that. Connected up that road there, obviously. Wow, that's unattractive. Not you, ma'am. Just this bit of I've offended her and she's phased out of existence. Sorry, lady. We can probably do this in a more attractive fashion. This is me complaining about not having enough money, and now I'm going and doing stuff like this. Is that going to be better? Oh, that's much better. Oh. No, I saw that. I bet it won't let me connect it up smoothly now. That's kind of smooth. It's about as smooth as I am in a bar. So, yeah, we'll just deal with it. Now, where would be the flattest place to build a station? No, it's all pretty flat. If we have enough height here, and we probably don't have enough height to get over the road, probably I'm looking at this junction here, this sort of T intersection as our station potential. We definitely don't want the second street connection. That has caused me nothing but trouble so far today. And do we want two tracks? Road Vehicle 1 has reached its lifetime and should be replaced. Well, Road Vehicle 1 can mind its own damn business because I'm busy. Do we want to go 2 tracks? I don't know. Do we want to go 240 meters? That does seem a bit long. Let's go. No, 160 seems too short. Yeah, okay. We need some sort of mid-range, like a 200 meters, say. That would be exactly in the middle. Good work. Let's go 2 tracks because we're planning for the future. Although 165 grand, it doesn't really save us that much money. I like the station building better. Let's go 2 tracks. 2 tracks. Boom. Committed. Done. I guess we could always try that trick we did up at Gainesville where we lower the road to get it under the railway line if we should want to expand in this direction. We'll keep that arrow in our quiver. We'll also need to set up a fun little local transport route in Columbia. Actually, you know what? A second station on this side of town for that eventual line up to Austin or Piano wouldn't be too bad because then we could link them up with trams or something. What'd you do? Ooh, I'm making stupid noises. Let's remain focused. Now, bus stations have also brought me nothing but trouble, so we're just going to build bus stops. Just a nice, friendly little bus route around town, completely inoffensive, not causing any hurt feelings at all. So I'll pop one in there. We want to be able to get into this industrial area, so I'll pop one, I guess, here. I'll pop one down here, why not? And that should cover it. Let's have a look. You've got that street, you've got this whole area, you've got basically those 3 houses, they'll have to drive. Everyone else has good coverage and good overlapping. In fact, this one here is probably completely superfluous, and we will get rid of it for now. No, actually, we'll keep it because if the town expands this way, we want that. We want that catchment. Now we can pay down a bit of the loan. Just a bit. There we go. Just to make sure we stay on top of things. Do we want to go trams? If we're thinking of another station, trams are a good. Mass transit. No, look, trams are going to be more expensive. We'll stick with buses for now. Where's somewhere the town's not likely to expand? Probably out this way. Yep. Not only do you not get served by the new bus route, but these 3 houses have the what would you call it? The privilege of living next to our brand new, surprisingly modern road vehicle depot. What do you think of that? So you can see the buses we're going to build. But no, you can't use them because the bus stop is too far away. We should set a line up. We should close that because it's just going to get in the way. We want to go from here. Now we're driving on the right side of the road, aren't we? So that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And back there again. Good. So this is how have we been naming our routes? As I said, it has been a little while since I've played it. It's just the Columbia City Circle. Cool. I like that. Columbia City Circle. Do we want to go with cream as the color? It's inoffensive. It's generic. It's all right. Now let's get some stagecoaches going. We'll say with 4. Say with 4. We'll say we're going with 4. Think before you say each word, idiot. Good. So with the local passenger route set up, there's nothing left to do except end the episode. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. We've still got to connect up the actual railway line from Tucson, or Tucson, down to Columbia, or I can't think of a way to mispronounce that, so we'll just leave it as Columbia. I guess the easiest route will just be to follow the highway, which will be good in later years when the personal motor car is invented and people are thinking, do I drive or do I get the train? They can drive along going, I regret this decision immensely because the train is so much faster. Yes, it is. So drag a line out like that. We will connect this one up just for future use because when we do expand, obviously this will become a passing location. It's all very flat down here. I'm really glad we came down here. And what about if we do that? Okay, we've got a bit of a cutting there. We don't have any awful embankments. We do have an awful level crossing that I didn't see. So main connection interrupted. Main connection between where? San Bernardino and Tucson. Oh, fair enough. Guess I didn't think that through. It's okay. We'll rebuild it. Don't get your knickers in a knot. Small country road. Country road. There we go. Connected that up. And it's made the crossing ugly. Look at that bump there. That's going to send our train flying. So we'll just fix the railway line. I don't know where we're hiring these engineers from, but they're not very good. That's better. Now it's a more gentle hump. Take notes, folks. Gentle humping, better than severe humping. So we probably don't need a passing loop on this section here yet, because we're only going to run one train to start with. But eventually we'll be double tracking, but eventually we'll need that passing loop in there. And this will further enhance Tucson's junction station status, because at the moment it's, well, before we built this, it wasn't a junction station at all. It was planned to be a junction station, wasn't a junction station. Now, how long are the trains we're building? I'd like to keep everything reasonably uniform. What are you? You're 4 carriages? How are you going with the hill, by the way? Like a boss, not even slowing down. So we need a loco and 4 cars. Let's price that out. We're looking at the general again. We could build the Borsig, but again, we are in America, so I'd like to favour American locos and wagons and carriages, etc. if I can. Although the Borsig is cheaper. Same top speed. You know what? The more power for the general will probably be helpful getting up the hill to the tunnel. So let's go with the general. That's half our budget done already. And that's the rest of our budget on one carriage. Knock, knock, knock. Mr. Bankman, I'd like another 500 grand, please. And because it was the end of the month, we blew most of it on running costs. So that loan you extended, can we extend that again, please? Because I can't budget to save my life. 1, 2, 3, can't afford a 4th. Keep it coming. Just back the money truck up and empty it in the front yard, please. And hopefully we'll tip back over 500 before the end of the year. We have not set a passenger line up yet. Sorry, Depot, I'll come back for you. So this line, we'll probably start at Boston, just to keep it simple. Start here, please. Good. I would then like you to stop at Tucson. Good, good. Okay, oh, good. You want to reverse there. Well, you're not reversing. You're going all the way through to Columbia. And, nope, zoom in. Nope, Depot's in the way. And look, it already knows which track it has to be on. What a clever train you are. So, what will we call this one? That's the southern line. We could, I guess, call this the south. What would that be? That would be west. East. Never eat soggy Weet-Bix. Let's call it a central line, because I'm lacking in imagination. Very much lacking in imagination today. We'll call it the central line. We've got all the stations lined up. All we need to do is set our train up. And quick, zoom in for the depot departure. Ooh, that's a nice little field shot. Let's go with a crossfield. It's a staple in rail photography. And we're getting some nice sound effects from the field. Don't know what they are, but we're getting some nice sound effects. And we'll pay down the loan before I forget. Okay, here we go. We've got a train coming. Very slowly. This crossfield shot is far less exciting than I anticipated. And now autosave's interrupted everything. But there we go with the background of Tucson as a background. And, oh good, our carts have figured out how to stop at a level crossing. There goes our brand new train on our brand new line. But that's not all I want to accomplish. And look at all that red. We should probably turn that off. It's just, ignorance is bliss. If you don't see it, it doesn't happen. It must mean we've crossed into November, and yep, and the money's come out accordingly. But yeah, go forth, new train, and find us some passengers. Let's make sure you've used a vacant platform down here too. You have. Smart train. No one wants to use the central line yet, though. That's okay. The thing I don't like about doubling up between Boston and Tucson is it means people will have to choose between 2 different lines. Do they want to go on the central line or the southern line to get between the towns? I think they tend to go for the one with the better frequency. So if we bring up the eyeball and train only. So the central line has a frequency of 25 minutes. And the southern line has a frequency of 15 minutes. So most of them will probably tend to the southern line because it's got 2 trains, therefore better frequency. So the central line will probably run empty up to Tucson, but then I guess anyone traveling to Columbia will travel on the central line, and anyone interchanging in Tucson from Gainesville will be using the central line. So hopefully we should see those passenger numbers start climbing in the future. Obviously nothing going on at the moment. Oh, quick, pay down the loan before the end of the year. Did we get in? Yes, we did. And we get the horse cart. Yeah. And the Lovely Center. That thing. Some sort of steam bus. Possibly powered by steam. in bus form. Okay, Columbia to Rockford. If we skirt the mountain, reasonably flat, opens up a few more industries. Yeah, let's do that. Let's investigate extending the line from Columbia to Rockford. So first things first, I'm going to want to get rid of this road because it's going to annoy me. And if we build, no, bring the contours back. So if we were to build a line out like that, that's expensive. Okay. We're not going to be able to get over the road. So we're going to have to find a way to get the road to the other side of the railway line without actually being a pain in the bum. So let's investigate. No. Let's investigate. No. 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 Why won't you come off straight? You were straight before. Just, could you... No. No, that's not straight. No. No, that's not... Okay. Well, I've buggered up that intersection. So that's definitely a thing that's happened. What if we... No. No. There we go. We might have to just change the way the intersection works. There we go. That looks a bit more palatable. And if we run the road like this, say to here, can we dip it down? We can. Okay. That's not cheap, but we can do it. Now, can we then get a railway line over the top of it? No. 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 Yes. And that's a bit of a hump, though. We may need to lower the road a bit more. Okay, bring in the bulldozer. I realise that's what caused us all that trouble earlier, but we're gonna run with it. So, let's lower you a bit more. And let's see if that connects up better. So if we run the road, run the railway like that. No, 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 no. Now it just doesn't want to do it at all. Oh, here we go. We have a bridge. You may notice the bridge speed is significantly higher than it was in the last part. I've installed a mod to remove the speed limits on the bridges so we can get some cool wooden trestles going without having to be punished by slow, slow. Oh, it demolished the... No, let's just run the railway line first. And I guess we'll just have the road climb up and meet it at a level crossing. Maybe? That's definitely a thing we can do. Wonder if it'll let us build this more favorably. No, it won't. No, I don't know. Oh, it's autosave. Okay, now if you could not just... That's not awful. It's a bit of a kink, but I don't actually hate it. Okay, now I hate it, now that I've seen what it looks like in its finished form. But, well, it's what's done is done. Now, just to save any tears later, we'll run that as double track. We'll run our street. If you could connect up properly on a level crossing without buggering the railway line. You haven't buggered the railway line. There's an ugly trench there we're going to have to do something about, though. That's a bit of a whoopsie on my part. And let's just move to... Let's medium country road it, just to plan for the future, you know. And let's just quickly cover up any evidence of wrongdoing here. Just... Problem solved, and we'll just smooth out all of our embankments and everything while we're at it. Good, that was 55 grand well spent, along with all of the road demolishing and rebuilding. I don't actually hate that, because the grade will slow road users down as they approach the railway line, and, you know, good visibility, blah, 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 safety, blah, 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 blah. Which line are we coming off? We're coming off this one here, so we want to connect back up again, please. Say 60, that should be fine. Let's connect up some track around the corner here. We're going to go around the mountain to Rockford. I don't particularly want to tunnel through it because I don't hate myself. Now, is this line going to end up in Nashville? It's a bit of a dip there. Yeah, zoom in to build. Well, what if I stop trying to build altogether? There you go, you like that. So, Nashville might be accessed from Minneapolis, and Rockford, we might end up having a bus down there, I guess. There's probably a way to get a railway line down there. I just can't see it now. It's quite a steep sort of hill there. So if we could get the station at Rockford pointing south, I guess this is no longer the central line, is it? Because the central line would go down the middle of the map. Well, we might have to rename the line as well, but that's we'd pay down a bit of the loan again. This is good. We're clearly making money, even with my poorly considered financial decisions. So we'll head round to Rockford, and then I guess we'll put the station still on this side of town, just to better access Mosquito up there. What are the hills like around town? Town itself pretty flat. That's good. Although it is pretty spread out. So if we put the station in here, we can probably run a reasonable bus route. That is just ugly at both ends. That's not fun. Whereas that, far more attractive at both ends. And we get the benefit of a cute little forest to build our station in. Just go with one track now. We're getting a bit further afield. I don't think we're going to want to expand anytime soon. How can I not afford 100 grand for a station? Because the month ended and we paid our running cost down. Well, I'll just re-borrow the money we just paid off. And look, I know it's in the outskirts of town for now, but eventually the town will sort of expand in this direction to be near the station, and we'll have a bus route or a stagecoach route or some sort of route going in that direction. Now I want to build out there and out here. You're gonna be ugly. There we go. That's. I was looking at this section here. It was a really bumpy sort of section there. I'll also want to connect this road up here. Yeah, that's definitely a corner that's occurred. And I'd like to upgrade this road here just for completeness. Thank you. Good. So we can get a decent circle route going around there. We'll go through the outskirts of town though. I will probably miss the centre, so we'll probably need bus stops near these cross streets here. We'll set the bus route up now before we forget. So again, we want a nice little bus stop. Put it right on the corner there. That's convenient. And we'll need to come down here. So we'll want one here to catch to the centre of town. Capture. Pop one there. And again down here for the centre of town. And we'll probably put one of this crossroads and this crossroads here. And that should give us good coverage of the whole town. Yes. Yeah, we're getting good coverage. And this one here is just a future expansion sort of thing. In fact, that's the stop that our drivers will use to get to the depot. Because that's where the depot is, obviously. Now, line, yes, ooh, that's a nice green. I don't hate that. And look at that, it's already plotted the route out for us. Now, this is some sort of town name. Rockford. So this is obviously the Rockford City Circle. Success. And we will build, do we want to build a stagecoach? What are we looking at? 15 k's an hour, capacity of 4, or the Le Bleu Centre, which is quite obviously an American design. It's definitely not French. Ignore that. That's just, no. There we go. It is a steam-powered bus. Didn't see any horses. So it can carry one more person at a top speed of 2 k's an hour more. 3 grand a year as opposed to 2.5 grand a year. I kind of want the extra capacity, but I don't know if I want to spend the extra money per year, because these routes are not famous for making a lot of money. Plus, it's French. Oh, pay the loan down a bit. Yeah. You know what? Let's not discriminate. Let's just build some French buses. And you are on the Rockford City Circle, please. Let's see what they look like. Are they making horse noises? And is that a sombrero on the back? It looks like a Mexican hat. That driver just looks depressed. Is he honking the horn? Respect. Yeah, they're definitely things we've built. But we should connect up the railway line before we sort of wind things down for the day. So let's have a look. What are we going? We're going out this way. That's fairly straightforward. We do have a road to a forest here, so that forest might come in handy later, but the road sure as hell won't. Of course, that's where we want to put the cutting in, isn't it? Yeah, good. It's good placement. Do we want to go up or down the hill, or do we want to sort of stay on the level? Let's try and stay on the level. Let's rebuild this road before we forget. I know you don't have to rebuild road to industries because they don't complain, but, well, I demolished it. I may as well put it back again. Now, are you going to... Why can't you have a pleasant corner? Pleasant corner. Pleasant corner. Okay, fine. Abrupt corner. Abrupt corner is also good. And have you buggered up the track? No, you're fine. Good. If you'd buggered up the track, I'd take back my notion about reconnecting industries. Now again, we want to keep it reasonably flat. Why did the track move just before I click the tick? We'll have a little cutting there, a bit of a cheeky embankment there, because we want to keep it. Oh, we are undulating a bit with the landscape. Look at that. Woo! And now what are we gonna look at to connect this straight up? Wow, I really did not design this very well. That's Yeah, okay, so we definitely need to back it off a bit and start descending earlier. So what if we cut it through there? That's a bit better. And now hopefully it's a simple matter to get down the hill. Nothing is ever simple. Who am I kidding? Let's try and come down the hill this way. Oh, that's a steep grade. Oh, hope the general can handle it. But it is a lot cheaper because we've mitigated the required earthworks. And someone just cashed in. We should probably put some signals down because I reckon we're going to need a second train for this route now that we've gone ahead and extended it, because we want to keep the frequency up. We'll put in a one-way signal there. And we'll put in a home stick there. Where is our train? There he is. Hello. How are you? Oh, you're carrying passengers. You're doing all right for yourself? Okay. Don't look at that window. Just look at this one. Doing all right for himself. So the central line will need to be extended from Columbia to Rockford. Hillcrest Street. Station times... Oh, we've extended it to the stupid bus stop. No, don't remove all stations. Just the dud one. No. When I clicked in this vicinity, why did you think I wanted bus stop? Train station. There we go. That's connected. Yeah, he's horny today. Get it? Because he's on the horn. Yeah, you guys never let me have any fun. So the central line extended Columbia, Rockford, Columbia, and then back to Tucson. So that is all well. Second train time. We don't have the money for that. We're going to have to extend our loan again, aren't we? Disappointing. 540 grand, maybe. Maybe not. Loco. Oh, that's right. The Loco's 300 grand, and the carriage is about 200 and something each, and now we're in the negative. You know what? I'm sure it'll make money. That's the extent of my pitch to the bank manager. Quote, I'm sure it will make money. Gimme, 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 gimme. Put you on the central line, please. And with the remaining cash we've got left over in that loan we just took out. Oh, hang on. We haven't traditionally watched our train departing. And my timetable is so good, the existing train is pulling into Tucson just as the new train is pulling out of Tucson. So it's going to be like a bus. You wait half an hour and then two show up at the same time. And watch the doors close. Yeah, we're never going to learn about that, are we? So this poor chappie here will have to follow the new train. Really? No one's getting on? Gosh, it's almost tempting to turn the stupid train around at bloody Tucson. There goes autosave again. Actually, that's probably worth a thought. What are you doing? You're waiting. How many people down here are waiting for the central line? Oh, 18. Okay, so people are using the central line from Boston. I was thinking we could just turn it around at Tucson and get better value for money out of the two trains we've got, because they would only be running from Tucson to Bugalugs, Rockford. But clearly someone's paid out. Clearly we don't need to, because people are going to use the line from Boston. I imagine people are... Yeah, some people are getting on at Tucson. Now, passing loop. I want to put a passing loop in. Where do we put it? We put it midway between the two. We'll probably have to put one midway between those two. So I guess down around this level crossing is where we're going to have to put it in. Yeah, well, we've done it, so it's definitely happened. Nope. There we go. That's better. Null segment this. Put in 60k points. That should be all we need at either end. Trust me to put it in the cutting. That was well thought out, well reasoned. Yeah, 60k's at that end as well. And we'll throw down a couple of one-way signals, and the game will just adapt the route accordingly. I might put the signal in before the crossing, just so we don't block it, just out of courtesy to all the motorists. Well, out of courtesy to future motorists. And we'll put a couple of home signals in there to allow following movements. Good. So that's the line. Sort of efficient, I guess, up to Columbia. And then around here we'll need a passing loop here. I guess on the side of the hill is probably where we're going to build it now. We want to build it on this side, on the northern side of the line. See, I'm getting the directions back. And we'll put it around, we'll put it in just here. Just sort of shy of this level crossing here. 70k's. Now, one thing I have noticed here, we have a forest. We have clearly a sawmill from that noise. It's either a sawmill or my dad snoring. Either way, you know. And we then have this factory here. So we could, in theory, run one train loaded with logs from here. It's a bit of a detour down here. He can unload the logs, reload up with planks, and then continue down the line, coming off onto a branch down here for the factory. And at the factory, we can then truck the goods into Boston. Now, obviously, we can't make goods without either steel or plastic, so we'll have to assess that in the future. But that looks like how we're going to set up our goods. We're either going to run it to this factory here, or I'd probably prefer to run it to this factory because it's a further distance, so the payoff's going to be higher. But that's definitely something we need to investigate, especially as we can quite easily get plastic coming in on our existing railway as well. And then I guess we'll just truck the goods into Boston, or run a cutesy little trip train down here and extend this siding a bit. We've already extended the siding. Oh, that's right, because we've got the food coming in. I remember what we did last time, or the time before, or the time before that. Yeah, the new line's not proving terribly popular. Everyone still wants to go via Boston, but maybe if we've got the frequency up. No, we haven't. Okay, the Southern line's still the preferable one. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. I was building a passing loop, and I've gotten completely distracted. We'll just put a set of points in at this end, please. I'll null segment you. Put a signal in there, signal in there. Now I'll have to remember to make these one-way signals, because I'm going to put them all down. We'll put that one before the crossing. Consistency is the key to happiness, probably. One-way signal there. Good. So our two trains should quite happily be chuffing up and down from Rockford to Boston now. Now, I'm really tempted to just make a go of it this episode. How are we going for time? I have been recording for an hour, so this episode may get a bit long. I'll hopefully be able to cut out some dead time. Really want to extend the oil route from here down here to to create plastic rather, and then run the plastic up here. Now, thinking about it, where's a train depot to illustrate my idea? Where did we put a train depot for the oil line? Did we put a train depot for the oil line? Where do the trains come from if we don't have a depot? Oh, that's right. The depot was here and we smashed it. And we had a depot down here, but we smashed that too. Thankfully, we have a depot here. So, because I'm a renowned penny pincher and well observed tight ass, note, tank car can carry crude oil, and fuel. I reckon we can get all three of those in one tank car. Not at the same time. That'd be weird. Boxcar can carry plastic, goods, and food. But plastic and goods are probably the only ones relevant to this route. So, what's the plan? The plan is upgrade these trains because, well, they're looking a bit long in the tooth. And this one's a bit rusty. The Imitator. So this is the second train. Doing quite well financially. But, look, he is getting a bit old. He's 18 years old. Speaking of old, didn't we have that road vehicle that needs replaced? Shut up, train. Oh, look, you're holding up the food train. Good for you. Thanks, buddy. Actually, why are you holding up the food train? Why does the food train want to go through that station if it doesn't bloody well stop there? Did I make that a one-way signal by mistake? No. Okay, well, that's something we're going to question the food train on later because God knows I don't want to change this junction again. It's just awful to work with, especially with that hump there. But yeah. So, sorry, what am I thinking? I'm thinking oil from well to refinery. Processed oil from refinery to plastic plant or plastic plant, depending on which one floats your boat more. We could also turn grain into plastic, but given we've got so much oil going, I think we'll just do the crude oil because we can do it on the one train. So one train, bang, bang, unloads, reloads with oil. Bang up here, unloads the oil. Empty run back here. Obviously, that's regrettable. Then loads with fuel, runs it into Boston, and then returns to the well for the start of the next trip. Now, that's the plastic being created. So we then load the plastic in boxcars here. We run the plastic down here, turn it into goods. We then run the goods back up into Boston this way. Unload the goods here, and fiddle-dee-dee, we return empty, unfortunately. I can't see a way to work that in with the food because we'd be transporting plastic and food in the same direction at the same time. So it's not something I'm going to go with while I'm waffling. I'll pay the loan down a bit. So that's two trains. Third train, as I said, logs to planks, planks to factory. And I think we can do it with marginal extra railway line construction. So the only question is, which factory do we want to use? This one here, further distance from everything, better pay off. It's probably a no-brainer. The only thing I don't like is having to run the freight trains over here in through what will eventually become a very busy junction here at Boston Station. But look, short term, I think it's going to be okay. Long term, we're going to look at bypassing this viaduct with a different viaduct, I guess, to get the freight trains out of the way of our passenger trains, because obviously the speed will differ as time goes on. But yeah, we want to run the line from here down to the factory, and then from here up to, do we want to go to this one or this one? This one here is going to be harder to get to, although that said, this one's at the bottom of a valley. Actually, this one here is probably reasonably flat to get to if we can sort of thread through this gap here in the mountains. I think this one's actually going to be the more desirable solution. In fact, can we get through this gap here? No, it's a bit of a hill. I was thinking we might be able to sort of swing it down that way. If we use trucks, we could always just turn this into a centralized loading and unloading point and run the trucks down, loaded with oil, and come back with plastic. No, I'd rather do it on one train. But certainly this one here is ruled out. It's just, we're not going to get up that hill. No way. No way, Jose. Or could we run the oil up? Oh, we could always set up that other route. Yeah, oil down here, turn into plastic, and then run the plastic. That would be a good plastic line. And then we're bringing the goods back up to Columbia, I guess. Are we doing that? Is that what we're doing? It might be what we're doing. So we need to connect up the oil to that refinery, and that, as we've discussed, is going to be a bit of an issue. No, we'll stick with the original plan. The original plan involves the least building of new track, and we can keep using this oil refinery. But the first thing we're going to need to do is upgrade these poor old girls. The original train and the imitator are going to be done away with. We are going to need bigger trains hauling more stuff. Because, well, obviously that'll make more profit. So we're looking at the general again. We're going to have to extend that loan as soon as we tick over to the new year. Oh, beep, beep. Oh, this is a bit of a game changer. Hello. We now have access to the Baldwin. Oh. Yeah, that's just, okay. Why is the Baldwin not showing up in the window? Close the window, reopen it again. Hello. And there goes autosave. So we're looking at about twice the price of a general, but also twice the power. And how are we going for tractive? Almost twice the tractive effort too. So it's a no-brainer. We're building a Baldwin. We're building a Baldwin. Maybe it's Alec Baldwin. Maybe it's Billy Baldwin. I don't know. Now we need tank wagons. How long did we build this station? I can't remember. 240 metres. We can build 240 metres of train, given the budget we've got accessible. Okay, extend the loan. We're going all in on this oil train. Let's just stick with 200 metres at this rate. I don't think we can afford 240 metres of train. 200 metres is fine. So, actually, this might be the limiting factor. How long do we build this siding? 160 metres. Okay, problem solved. Good thing we checked that. Now, if you could please go... Oh, let's just drag this up here. If you could please chuff off on the crude fuel Boston line, that would be fantastic. And let's admire our new train leaving. Where's a good sun angle? Not on that side. Oh, we bled into the building. No, it's just... it's so much shadow. Look at that monstrosity. Well, it's not a monstrosity, but look at how many wheels it has. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. And look at these much bigger tank cars. How much can you carry? 105. Yeah. I wonder if we can build a second one of those. That's going to cost us 600 grand. And how many wagons have you got? Like 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we cannot afford a second train. Not with only 3 million available. So he will replace, I reckon he'll replace both of these, because if he's 105 capacity and you guys are 50, I think it's time we got rid of these. They've served us well over the years, but I think next time they unload, we're sending them to the depot and we're scrapping them. Yeah. And we might be able to use the money to buy a second fuel train. So, yeah, look, the way our financial situation is, we might have to let this chap here start earning his keep on the existing route. But next time, I know what I want to do. I want to expand down here to get the oil and the plastic. Sorry, get the oil to the plastic, take it to the factory, and we'll set up this this route for the planks to the factory as well. But I'm going to wrap things up now. I think we've accomplished a bit in this episode. It wasn't as much as I wanted, but we've extended our passenger line out to Rockford from Tucson. So I think that's something. It looks like we've got a fair few people waiting down at Columbia. That's good. They're going both ways. Rockford not as keen to leave. But yeah, so I'll wrap these poor trains up, off camera. But next time we will investigate expansion of the network for more freight. Until then, I've been T-Nick, this has been Transport Fever, and I'd like to thank you for joining me once again, and I look forward to seeing you back here again next week. Later days.